Welcome to a fresh episode of Tech News with Apple, Xiaomi, Facebook, and way more in the news today. So let's go. Facebook has said that it has seen unprecedented usage of its services, not just Facebook, but the companies that Facebook owns. So WhatsApp, Instagram, and also Messenger, specifically the services that are free. So WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger have seen unprecedented usage, even as much as double what they would normally have. But on the flip side, Facebook are saying that they are having a very tough time of it right now, as advertisers are just not spending money on ads on their paid systems like Facebook, where they make the bulk of their revenue. With everything going on, they are not advertising their products. So more usage of Facebook's free services, but less ads to pay for them all. It's a difficult situation. Revenue could be hit for them, but it goes without saying that that's just how it is at the moment, and there are more pressing matters on people's minds. Xiaomi have given us official news of the global release of the Xiaomi Mi 10. This is their latest flagship phone, released in China for about a month already, the Mi 10 and the Mi 10 Pro. The Pro version as yet not being released worldwide, but the Mi 10 non-Pro version is officially coming worldwide on the 27th, being launched in India and also the UK. Xiaomi gave us an official price for the phone in the UK, which will be coming at £700. And that is a bit more expensive than the Mi 10 costs in China. In China, it is about the equivalent of £600. So you have to add on a little bit of tax and import duties, I'm guessing, to get that phone. The Mi 10 is still a very good phone. You have a shiny back instead of a matte back, but that's not a huge deal. You also don't get the zoom cameras, but most of the other stuff is the same. And this phone is going to be a good choice for a lot of people who maybe were considering Huawei devices, don't want to go for them without the Google. Seems like a decent option, and it's definitely coming worldwide. OnePlus have officially confirmed that a new flagship is on the way, and this is, of course, the OnePlus 8 series phones, the OnePlus 8 Pro, the OnePlus 8, also a rumored light version, which may be coming on the same date or may be coming a bit later. OnePlus are choosing 10 normal OnePlus users, probably from their community and their forums, to go and participate in a review program. So you'll get a OnePlus 8 early and you can go and review that phone and then share your reviews with the community. OnePlus will choose the best 3 reviews of those 10 and share them across all of their official social media channels, which is pretty cool. We are very close to launch now. OnePlus have also launched something called OnePlus Pay in China. This is their version of a payment system, much like we get with Apple Pay and Samsung Pay. Google Pay, OnePlus are doing the same thing. This is actually live in China right now on their Chinese version of the operating system called Hydrogen OS. Worldwide OS is called Oxygen OS. There's no timeline as to whether OnePlus Pay will be coming to Oxygen OS, but it seems likely considering they're testing it right now in China. And a good feature of OnePlus Pay is that apparently it uses NFC as one of the features to pay for things, which I know is the preferred option for a lot of countries outside of China. In China, you usually use a QR code and scan it like that. A new phone is coming from Chinese smartphone brand Vivo, named the Vivoiku Neo 3. This will probably be a budget flagship type of device. The chipset hasn't been decided yet. Something is confirmed about the phone though, and that's that it will use a high refresh rate screen. A lot of people were disappointed with this phone, the Vivoiku 3, the big brother, when it came out, because it was the latest and greatest with the newest chipset and still had a 60Hz display. This is more of a gaming brand as well. People were a bit perplexed by that. The Neo, or the light version of this phone, may have some further bits taken away, but it looks like it's going to have a 90Hz display. YouTube Music will now show you lyrics under music videos, which is definitely a good feature. This will be available on both iOS and Android. You can press the little I button when you're watching a music video and it will give you a pop-up underneath the tracking bar with the lyrics. Apparently the lyrics don't track with the song like they do on a lot of other music-focused apps like Apple Music and Spotify and a ton of other apps, but that may come in the future. The Royole Flex PI 2 is coming. If you remember this phone, it's not a big brand, but it was the first actual brand to give us a folding phone that you could buy. As a consumer, you could go and pay your money and buy this folding phone. It was definitely a first generation product, but the number 2 is coming out, and it's going to come with some upgraded hardware and internals too. Apparently coming with a 7.8-inch screen, a new hinge mechanism, which on the first generation was definitely a first generation design. And apparently the CEO said the bands in Europe, America, and China will be supported, and that means there'll be a lot of other countries that would be supported as well. I guess availability will be pretty widespread too, but it has so much competition from the Galaxy Fold, which benefits from Samsung's brand and reach, and as a product was definitely light years ahead of the first version. We'll have to see what the second version of the Flex Pi can give us. Apple have released the latest versions of iOS and also macOS, watchOS with a ton of updates. So the highlights of the release for the iPhone is that there is a slightly new toolbar when you are writing emails. Also, a really good feature is that you get iCloud sharing now with folders. Before, you could only share documents through iCloud. You could not share any folders, which was a really annoying bug. But Apple have finally corrected that and gave us that feature, so you can share any folder in iCloud sharing right now. And the highlights for the iPad OS update is that it now supports Apple's Magic Keyboard accessory and a lot of the Magic Mouse options that you can get, as you can basically now use the iPad sort of as a computer, and I guess this is the way that it's going. The iPad will definitely replace a lot of those lower powered, cheaper laptops for sure. There are some new Mi emojis in the update too, and apparently universal purchases as well. This is where you can buy an app on, for example, iOS, and you won't have to pay for it on Mac OS or other operating systems within the Apple ecosystem. There will be some supported apps, not every app, but supported apps you can buy once on one device and use it across all of the Apple ecosystem. It's definitely a good thing. Samsung have officially told us that they will be updating the Note 10 and S10 phones with a ton of the updates that came with the new Galaxy S20 series. The first one is single take photo, which you can wave around your phone and it takes different photos and videos and puts them all together. There's also a night mode improvement, but this is only for the S10, not coming to the Note 10 for some reason. There's a night hyperlapse mode added for both the S10 and Note 10 phones, but that won't be coming to S10 Lite users. Seems quite confusing, and I don't know why they can't just push all of these updates to all of the different phones, but hey, there you go. The S10 and Note 10 phones will also be getting new custom filters where you can change the look and the feel of the videos and photos that you take, and also both of those series of phones will be getting pro video modes that launched on the S20 phones as well. Quick crop in the gallery app is coming to them both, and also quick share is coming to them both, which is a good thing because that means you can share your items between different Samsung's phones very easily. It's a little bit like the AirDrop feature on iOS. The timescale for this is still not confirmed by Samsung, but they've officially announced it, so it should be coming very soon.